Guys, y'all ain't gonna believe this freaking crap. Me and my husband just left the grocery store, walked there with not even 4 bags, and paid over almost $300 and something. Everything has just went up double. Like, what the heck, man? This is getting crazy. We can't even afford groceries anymore. My husband brings home not even $500 a week. And we can't afford this freaking crap. And we went to fill out for freaking food stamps to get help. They denied us. They said he made too much. Off of not even $500 a week. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. We can't even get help. But that's not the point. My husband, he works. And I can't work. This is getting out of control.
$700. $700.05. That is what I just spent at Walmart to buy groceries for my home, to buy our essentials. Like, I didn't buy anything wild and crazy and extra. The only thing that I would say that I bought that was extra was I bought a couple of those cheap t-shirts that are like the $5 t-shirts in the kids section because my daughter loves them. Or two of my daughters love them. And then I bought a pair of $7 black shorts for my daughter because she needed some. So that wasn't even extra because she needed some. And I bought me a pair of shorts. $700. I can't afford this. Like, I'm a teacher, and my husband also works for my school district, and the cost of living has gone up so freaking much, but we're not raising teacher salaries. We're not raising them. We're not making them match what is happening right now and how much everything has just skyrocketed. Like, it's getting to the point to where we have to choose, are we paying this bill or are we feeding my kids? And I will choose to feed my kids every freaking time. I don't care. I just can't. I don't care anymore. But now it's going to get to the point to where it's like, okay, we don't have a vehicle. I guess we're walking everywhere. And I get so mad when I get people on here that is like, well, get another job. I do. I have another job. I have 2 other jobs. I am a photographer, which is really not getting any business because nobody can freaking afford it. It doesn't matter if I change my prices or not. And I also do Spark delivery on the side as much as I possibly can, which makes me then gone from my family all day long and not making enough to still make ends meet. My husband is doing other side jobs. Like, we can't afford this anymore. And I'm so tired of, it's not like, I don't even know how to say it anymore because I'm tired of beating around the bush on like the politics about it. I don't care anymore about all this extra stuff. Like, you know, I just want to be able to afford to feed my family. 2 years ago, this would have cost $350 and that still made me want to choke. $700.05 is how much I spent at Walmart today to try to feed my family, hopefully for the next few weeks. Our politicians need to do better because the average American family cannot afford this anymore, and our children are going to suffer. And I just can't.
Okay, I just got done with Walmart. If you saw my video just a little bit ago about how much I spent for just 29 items, I had to use my credit card because I couldn't afford it. I'm a single mom. Come on, people. Trump, everybody, lower the grocery bills. We gotta eat. We gotta feed our kids. Come on, really take this seriously. Trump, the administration, anybody listening, please lower the grocery bills. We can hardly afford this stuff anymore. Thank you and bye. This is my rant for the day. It's Saturday. Bye, guys.
We're here in Florida on vacation. We just got back from Publix. We were like blown away by the prices at Publix. I don't know where other people are shopping at, but we thought the prices were so high compared to where we're from. Like, the prices of a Starbucks instant coffee, like a little tiny thing was $13. On my last video that I did about grocery shopping, everyone said to go to Publix because it was more affordable. I don't know. I'm like, wow, we were like blown away. So we spent almost $300 for 4 or 5 days in Florida. We did get some nicer beer, obviously wine, some nice seafood to cook out tonight. But besides that, I mean, just in general, the prices were expensive. We're like, oh my gosh, how are people like feeding more than 1 or 2 kids here? I have to mention the pepper. The pepper my husband got was $4 for 1 pepper, not organic.
How come no one's freaking out harder about how high grocery prices are right now? In 2020, my grocery bill was $100 to $150 a month. Now it's $300 to $350 a month. And now I don't even buy meat. I can't afford it. I dumped Publix. I only go to Target because it's the cheapest option near me. I almost never buy the name brand stuff. This is beyond inflation at this point. This is just a full-on scam. Last week, I went and got salt, shaving cream, and a salad kit. Altogether, these 3 tiny things cost $10.31. A box of salt was $4.
You ever notice that living in 2025 feels like we're all in a bad reality show called Survivor Grocery Store Edition? Like the producers keep raising the difficulty level just to see who taps out first. People used to say, don't cry over spilt milk. Now we're crying over the price of milk. $4 a gallon? Bro, I used to get that for less than a scratch-off ticket. Now it's either calcium or the Powerball. Pick one. And don't even get me started on fast food. Remember when the dollar menu was $1? Now the value meal costs as much as a Netflix subscription. Chick-fil-A charging $10 for a sandwich and then hitting you with a tomato surcharge? At that point, just open a farmer's market, my guy.
At this point, I don't even know if it's worth it anymore. How are we supposed to survive and live as humans, parents, adults? I dropped my son off at preschool this morning, and the director came up to me and he handed me a new pamphlet for this year and a paper, and he was like, our tuition is going up. Sir, what do you mean? I already pay $190 a week for him to go Monday through Friday, 7:30 until about 4:30. The price went from $190 to $265. I'm gonna show you so you don't think I'm lying. $265. This tuition is almost as much as my rent. This is why moms don't work anymore. It is cheaper to stay home and take care of their kids. Contemplating life anymore.
I just got home from the food store and I didn't have time to process how much money I spent. So let's break it down. I went to Target and I spent $137. Then I went to ShopRite and spent $551, totaling $688. We are a family of 3, me, my husband, and my almost 2-year-old. All the things that I got, most of it was like, household products, face wash, things like that. Things that were like buy 3 for whatever, like cheaper, blah, blah, blah. I also got other stuff too, fruits, vegetables, meat, bread, eggs, cheese, like stuff like that. Things that like we go through every single day. I come home, I show my husband everything I bought. He's like, whoa, this is very overwhelming. How much money did you spend? I tell him, and he was like, needless to say, he left, went for a bike ride so he can, just take his mind off how much money that I just spent at the food store. It's fucking tough out here, man.
$17.33. That's how much I paid today for this coffee. I'm here and I'm just adding some numbers together and doing my budget because you know what? Today I asked my husband, where's the money? We're making the best we've ever made. Both earners, both incomes, good incomes and everything. And we don't have money. We're living paycheck to paycheck basically. So I put the numbers together and I decided to look at my budget. On June the 2nd, 2023, and I'm going to try to insert somewhere here the photo I took a shot of, how much I paid for it. On June the 2nd, 2023, the same exact coffee was $9.92. It's almost doubled in 2 years. Of course, my salary hasn't doubled. My income has not doubled. It went up a little bit, but certainly nowhere near that. And I don't know where my money goes. Every month, I'm struggling.
Y'all, the other day, me and my homie were talking about inflation, and we both admitted we can't keep up no more. This shit is hitting harder than a police officer that just came home to his wife. And there's some areas that were hit so hard that I don't even shop there no more. But I'm gonna need y'all to peep game and lock in. The first is anything hair or beauty related. Back when I was in Minnesota, it cost me $20 to get a haircut. My freshman year of college, I moved out to Illinois. About 40 minutes from Chicago, my barber was charging $40. And that was back in 2020. Now he's charging $55. This is the last time I got a haircut, May 2022. I don't even look real, I look like a stunt double. And if y'all think barbers are crazy, go see how much these hairstylists are charging. I called a lady in Chicago for cornrows, she told me it'd be $120 and I had to come with my hair wash and blow dry. Then what the fuck are you doing? Are you an escort? Are we fucking? $120 for me to do half the job don't piss me off. And don't even get me started on food prices, bro. I spent $7 on peanut butter yesterday. And it was fucking Skippy, the cheap shit. And shout out Keith Lee for exposing a lot of these restaurants. They raised their prices, then started treating us like shit.
I went to the grocery store the other day, bought a little bit of shit. A little bit of groceries. It was $100 and something for fucking food, dude. What do we do without food? We die. It's like, oh.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior.
What are they gonna do? They're going to try to fight their way out, or they're going to lay down. And this country is putting people in survival mode.
The human race is concerned mostly with money, and you know that we are concerned more about money than we are about each other. And I think that probably every person in this room and on the planet agrees with that money basically is the cause of every sort of problem that we see happening.
I feel like we're nothing more than cattle to the rich and the government. Because, I don't know, to me, there's just something very unnatural about being in this world. Like, money is so fucking important. I feel like people think about money multiple times a day. People think it'll bring happiness, stability, all this stuff. Why do we put so much power into a piece of paper and cotton?
Why can't we all collectively come together and agree that we just don't want to do this anymore? If our backs are their table, what do you think is going to happen when we stand up?
How is this $150? $150, and the only meat is the bacon.
So y'all, I'm at my favorite grocery store, and I just want to show y'all the prices on some of this stuff. Hold up. This is really great tomato sauce, like spaghetti sauce, and it's $11.99. Wow. This is the signature select roasted onion and garlic pasta sauce, and it's $2.49, and I think I'm gonna try this one. Parmesan cheese, $8.99. This is $8.99. OMG, when did this cheese become $12? Look at that. $13. I remember when these were like $1.50.
$6.15 fucking cents for a half a pound of Greek hot sweet peppers. What the hell? Is this what you voted for? The highest fucking food cost I've ever seen in my entire life? $9 for some damn pizza sauce. $10 fucking for a small pack of Starbucks coffee. Oh my god. Got a dang sweet treat for the dog. $20. Sweet treat for the dog. Sorry. $20. I guess you're gonna have to just find me fucking stinking. Cause look at that. Clearance. $8.39. I'm telling you right now. We're going to be paying $100,000 for a loaf of bread before this administration is over. The same administration that told us that on day one energy prices would come down, that the war in the Ukraine would be over, that the price of gas and food and it's all going to be a miracle. And if you go on their Instagram page right now, they're telling you it is a miracle. Only we can see. Our wallets know.
Shrinkflation is the real villain here. You open a bag of chips and it's basically a balloon full of disappointment. yogurt cups half empty, detergent bottles slimming down like they're on Weight Watchers, and bread so thin you could use it as tracing paper. At this rate, Oreos are going to come with 1 cookie per pack and a note that says, "Be grateful." And don't let anyone hit you with the "just get a side hustle" speech. Like, sir, I don't have time to become an Uber driver, Etsy seller, and part-time llama farmer just so I can afford gas.
What the fuck? What the fuck? $17.49 for 1 can of coffee in America. This used to be $11.99 a month and a half ago. Yeah. Are we gonna go uncaffeinated in America? Because of what the fuck? What the fuck? $17.49 for 1.
Okay, what the fuck is going on with food right now? This is literally 93.7. It's all organic or whatever, all grass-fed for $10.49 a fucking pound. That's ridiculous. Even down here for $85.15, it's more. It's $11.50. You know that's organic or whatever. It's still, you have 96.4 for $8 a fucking pound. What the fuck's going on?
What is this? Do you see that price? Do you see this? I didn't get the good burger. I got the cheap crap, and it's still that. How can we eat when these are crappy meat prices? Are you freaking kidding me right now?
So, out grocery shopping at Kroger's, and I want y'all to look at this. Look at this. $23 for 2 pounds of lunch meat. $23. How the hell are we supposed to feed our kids on this crap? Overlook it, they're on sale. Don't be thinking I'm a chip hoarder, because I'm not. I'm getting the deal. I'm a couponer. But $23 for some ham.
I am homeless, and I live here in my car because while I work 50 to 60 hours every single week, I don't make enough money to afford an apartment, which is now over $1,800 per month on average, and often more than that. And every single day here on social media, people are leaving comments and sending me messages saying that I'm not homeless because I live in my car and I need to stop calling myself homeless. So I looked up the actual definition of homeless, and it is people living in a place not meant for human habitation, such as the streets, cars, or abandoned buildings. And that is the literal definition of homeless. You know, some people live in their cars out of choice, or they want to do hashtag van life. I live in my car because I lost my apartment, and then I was outpriced of the rental market because rent prices tripled over the last 4 years. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a good rest of your day. Bye.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but the high schoolers are out of school. The college kids are back. So if you're at the grocery store, they put them on the late shift, and they be on their phones. Get what I'm saying? They be on their phones at the self-checkout.
Y'all, this is an emergency. There's no goddamn fruit in the grocery store. I repeat, we are running out of fruit. We are running out of vegetables. I saw it with my own eyeballs. Let me rewind this back for y'all, because it is not good, friends.
That's normally like all the way stacked up. This would normally be like overflowing. This would be completely stuffed. This should be like overflowing with strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. It's so crazy. There's nothing here. This is just sad. Like, I'm really sad. I don't know what the fuck people think is gonna happen. There's juices. There's usually like an abundance of apples just everywhere, and melon. These 4 huge bins are usually overflowing with watermelon. Yeah.
You can see behind me, gas is $3.69. Yesterday it was $3.39, so it's up 30 cents already. But this just in, they've had a vote in Iran, and they're talking about closing the Strait of Hormuz. Now, if that happens, this will not say $3.69 anymore. It'll say something more like $6 or $7. Yeah, so I'm doing this right now to show you what gas prices are right now, a day after the United States attacked Iran. And now Iran is already talking about closing down the strait, where 25% of the world's oil goes back and forth. And we'll see in a few days if they decide to do just that. We'll see if this says $3.69 for very long. My guess is it'll say $5 or $6 within a week. We'll be here in another week. We'll come right to this spot and see what's going on. If they do close the strait, folks, get ready for really, really expensive gas prices all across the country. Let me know what you think. Like and follow for more.
I don't know about anybody else, but for 2025, I'm locking in on my apartment, okay? I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying home. I'm tired of paying these high prices rent. I'm over it. I'm locking in my place. That's it. I will make a gem in a little corner somewhere. I will read. I will watch me 1,000 movies before I continue to go outside. There's nothing outside for me. I'm tired of paying rent. I'm over it. Then they got the nerve to go up 4% every year. Like how? Why?
This is Donald Trump's America. Everyone needs to see this video. A mother of two is begging for help as she cannot afford to feed her children and pay her mortgage off anymore. It's truly heartbreaking and shows the reality that millions of Americans are living in right now. As soon as the money hits their account, it's instantly gone.
We are a family of 4. We have 2 kids. How are y'all surviving? Because I'm not. I got paid today and it's gone. Goes toward the mortgage. Cell phone bill, gas and electric, garbage. Everything gone.
The worst part is she works 40 hours a week, her husband works 50 hours a week, and they still can't even afford basic necessities. She says each month they have to decide between a grocery trip or paying the mortgage because they can't do both. Here's a powerful quote from her saying, "The people that don't have kids are barely surviving. I am not surviving. Your money is gone. There's nothing you can do. You just have to ride on this floating rock and spend." This right here is a very important part of what she said. Unless you're a rich elite, you're effed, and she's absolutely right. She then goes on to say that everybody needs to unite because it's very important we all speak out against this corruption. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's only going to get worse under Donald Trump's leadership. Everything that he does is focused around helping the elites and hurting the rest of us. That is his entire playbook. Here's a very simple analogy. Donald Trump is a billionaire, an elitist. Imagine he's on the red team. And imagine the blue team is the rest of America, the 99%, the working class. Why would anybody that's on the red team help the blue team out in any capacity? Obviously, he's going to help out himself and his team at the expense of us.
If you live in California like myself, you should be prepared to pay up to $8 per gallon of gas starting with 2026, and I am completely outraged because of it. Philip, 66.
The wildest part, people making $75K are still broke. They used to be a flex. Now it's like, congrats, you can afford rent, beans, and maybe 2 Frosties a month if you don't get sick. So here's the plot twist. It's not us. We're not bad with money, we're not lazy, we're just existing in an economy where a McDonald's hash brown costs more than a whole sack of potatoes. If that doesn't scream simulation glitch, I don't know what does. Moral of the story, hug your Arizona Ice Key can. 99 cents and still holding strong. That's the last soldier left in this inflation apocalypse.
The United States financial system is falling apart, and they are pushing a narrative on us so that we keep putting faith in it while they are actually hedging that bet against us. And in turn, we are all essentially going to be screwed by having US dollars. I don't know why I haven't talked about this in the past, but I've been kind of stuck on this for a while now. I posted that TikTok of me buying silver around 2 or 3 years ago, and I'm up around 100% on that investment. It's the same thing with crypto, same thing with really any other asset class that is up against the US dollar. The US dollar continues to crumble, and right now the narrative that is being painted for us as normal human beings is to constantly transact our time, our effort, and our ideas for US dollars. And now this is being pushed to a global scale where the cryptocurrency markets are essentially fully transacted based on USDT or USDC, which are stable coins backed, I guess, against the US dollar. So again, we are trying to push people to continue to exchange time, effort, and ideas and work for US dollars. Meanwhile, the US government is hedging against this by getting into these TradeFi plays such as exchanges, prediction markets, buying crypto and buying up commodities, literally hedging a bet against their own system while we are just consistently working for a currency that continues to devalue over time. Meanwhile,
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm over these prices on everything. I just left from Walmart. I spent almost $200 on nothing. On nothing at all. Nothing at all. You know, I ain't broke. I don't mind spending it. I don't mind spending it at all. Sometimes you be like, okay, I'm gonna spend some money for sure. Nothing on my receipt is over $15. Nothing on my receipt is over $15. And it's not a long receipt. I don't think I got that much for almost $180 worth of shit. There's no way. There's no way. I kept looking at the receipt, looking at my shit, looking at the receipt, looking at my shit. They had to give me. They had to give me. They had to give me. I calculated everything on this receipt. Like, there's no way. The receipt is right. The receipt is right. Wow. I feel like I didn't get shit. So I don't feel like it was worth $180. And that's disappointing. Like, if I would have got some big shit, like something on this list over $15, I'm like, okay. But I didn't spend over $15 on one item. I'm stressed.
How in the Sam hell does $1.99, $5.69, and $8.29 equal up to $300? There's no way that I have $300 in food in the back of my car. I just literally spent $8.69 on 18 eggs. I just spent $4 something on a half a gallon of milk. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy some fucking chickens. I'm going to make my own fucking eggs. I'm going to buy a cow and I'm going to milk that bitch because I am not paying these prices. Who the fuck does that? Oh my God. Yeah. Buy some chickens. Buy a cow. Plant some vegetables. Do something. Because this shit's crazy. Holy shit.
Can somebody tell me why these chicken wings $30.80 for 10 of them? I might as well go to a restaurant and purchase them already cooked and clean and everything. I thought he said he was going to reduce grocery prices. The lies they tell.
To get gas, everyone. With so much going on in the world, they are expecting for gas prices to soar.
This is why I can't shop at Publix anymore, because you can't even get, this is less than 2 pounds of ground beef and it's $16. Are you kidding me? I guess we're not eating meat, people. This is why I can't shop at Publix anymore. 1 can of tuna, basically $5. This is why I can't shop at Publix anymore. It's $7. It says large size, but it's not. It literally is the old small box size.
This is fucking crazy. Before I leave Publix, I gotta show y'all these prices. This is for a case of sodas. This used to be $3 to $4. This is $9.29 for a case of sodas. Look at this, for a case of root beer, it's $11.49. A carton of eggs is $11.39. Come on with these prices, bro. For a bag of barbecue Lay's, $4.99. It's $5 for a bag of chips. It used to be $2. This is insane. This is $10 for a case of Gatorade. And they had the nerve to put buy 2, get 1 free. You're paying $20 for 2 cases of Gatorade, man. That's insane. These used to be $4. And they're doing buy 2, get 1 free, making people think that they're getting a deal. It's crazy, man. What happened to our country in just 4 years? What happened? Just 4 years ago, all of these were $1. Now we're at $3.59. I don't know what Joe Biden has done to our country and Congress in the last 4 years, but we need a clean sweep. We need to redo our Congress, our Senate, our House of Representatives, because these people aren't favoring the people in our country. They're looking out for themselves. They're investing in stocks that favor their stocks.
they're fattening the pockets of themselves and their own families. They don't care about the people. So come November, let's make this right.
For a fucking 30-pack. Get fucked. $8 for a Nutri-Grain. Go fuck yourself. $11.50 for sausages. Motherfucker. $7.50 for a few slices of fucking bread.